How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be chatting about the market. I want to show you guys some of my portfolio, how bad it's doing, and I want to go over what I want to do. Look at some stuff on Yahoo Finance because things are really cheap. So now is probably time to start buying. But first, I want to go over these SPY. I want to do a quick breakdown of everything that's kind of going on because we're following it. For the most part, it's actually kind of doing what I thought. I'm not saying I foreshadowed it, but I had a feeling it was going to go down. We should definitely see it hit this trend line. The absolute low, though, I think is right here. Maybe 300 we hit. I don't think it's going to get there, but if it does, that'd be insane. These are weekly candles, and for the most part, there's really no support till we get to this really trend line, which, I mean, is it even valid? It depends. I think it is, again, because we have this starting point. We have this point, then in COVID, or right before COVID, it shot above it, but also we have points of interaction on weekly time frames right here and here. So, maybe a coincidence, but I think it's safe to say we're pretty good. So if it hits that line, I'm being patient right now. I bought a little Google today, but I'm being patient. I'm waiting till we get to this trend line until I start adding to other stuff. So down here, maybe 350 would be a coincidental level too. So I think that'll be highly probable that we hit 350. Probably bounce there, maybe goes up a little, maybe goes down. But yeah, I'll be buying there. If we somehow go all the way down to, let's say, 325 over the next, and I'm not gonna say year, that's too far in the future, maybe a few months, let's say we somehow get to 300, or if we hit this trend line, banking on it's gonna hold. Now the thing is, it doesn't have to hold, that's the crazy part. I'm actually kind of curious, yeah, because what if we do one of these where it goes up for 1,000-something days, and then tries to hold, spills all the way down, that's a 50% drop, so I'm saying even from, let me get back in the chart, even from here, we can fall another 50%, possibly all the way back. Well, that's actually pretty coincidental. If we somehow hit this line and we go all the way down to here, that's about a 50% drop, so I'm not saying it, man, that is technically possible from a technical perspective again. We've had a pretty massive bull market. Yeah, this is tricky. I don't like looking at this massive amount, time frame, but it's actually not even that big. Now I'm thinking about 10 years, 15, about. There is a probability if we do break this trend line that that's been going on for 5,000 something days, we're gonna go very far. Probably 25% drop from there. Actually, maybe it tries to hold here. 250. Anyway, I think I'm getting really, really bearish. I'll be buying a little bit here. If we somehow hit this trend line, I'll be buying a lot. But in between there, I'm going to be picking up weekly stocks here and there. Things are just getting really cheap. We're going to quickly take a look at the Qs. I mean, again, this looks so bad. Look at that monthly candle, and the month's about to end. We're going to end on that kind of, roughly that kind of candle. That's probably going to 250. Where's 250? Maybe 240 even. Where are you down? Yo, nice. This can probably easily get to 250. New gold and silver getting smoked. Gold's at almost 1600s, below 1650. This thing is just dropping. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Some things I'm looking at. JP Morgan, $100. I'm gonna start buying again. Not a buy recommendation, just something that I'm would like to do. Stag actually was interesting. Actually, my buy price is below 30, but I think I'm gonna drop the price. I'm not gonna say 20, but I don't know. Actually, there's so many better things. Kind of looking at Hasbro a little bit. PJs doesn't really want to move. Snap-on. I definitely want to buy more Snap-on. My buy price is right here, 170. It's gotta fall 15%, but I'm gonna be picking it up as it falls, if it does fall. The means my average price is still 42. I'm still all the way up here. Wow. Yo, I'll show you Logitech. I'm gonna be buying more Logitech here and there too. Loving these prices. Maybe we hit 40 bucks. That'd be great. What is this? Almost $1 dividend. Interesting. Yeah, definitely gonna. So my 3 positions right now: Logitech, Snap-on, and Google. I did just buy some more Google. Below 100 is what I'm looking at. So I got it for like 99 today. Cheaper the better, because this company doesn't have a yield. Intel I can't believe Intel is like almost at 25 bucks. Absolutely crazy. I lost some, or I didn't lose, but my net worth is down so much. But it's whatever. Like, again, it is what it is. I did my buy like the stock up here. It got really cheap, so I'm gonna continue to buy here and there. It's just yeah, I can't be too risky with this company. But as it gets cheaper, it's getting less and less risky, essentially. That's crazy. Look at that drop. That is crazy. Let's move on to I want to show you guys something. Actually, Exxon really quick. What's that doing? They should be announcing their next dividend increase soon. Anyway, 1 second. I'm just going to switch the screen. Okay, so here are my positions, my average prices, the yield and stuff. We got over here the yield on cost that I'm averaging, or the way that I calculate this is if it says dividend, that's what I'm putting into this equation, because some things like NEM, I'm not really putting that dividend into there, you know. I should have sold, I sold half my uranium position for like a 50's like 40% gain, but it was only half the position again, so I kind of wish I just took the rest off like the week after, because it, you know, it's not a lot of money, but it's a good enough money where I could have bought more shares from another company. CCJ, we still have really the only things we got are CCJ and Exxon that are doing good. But other than that, you know, they're 20%, 20% down. We're getting smoked out here. We're getting destroyed with Intel. My yield though, I'm actually kind of happy. Again, Exxon yield's good. The Intel yield's pretty good too. But again, this might have some risks and stuff. But it's a much higher yield than now. Actually, if they pull through, I gotta be buying more because the yield's like almost 5% now. Walgreens, I think, is kind of fine, to be honest. Verizon yield, yeah, the yield's almost like 7% now. 3M has got some problems. I mean, again, all these companies got problems, but I mean, technically, for me, Snap-on does not have problems. But maybe it's just because I haven't looked up hard enough. Logitech's got problems in the sense of obviously the supply chain, but they're just doing some climate change woke stuff. So it's like, bro, I don't know. Anyway, you know, I'm only up about 4.5% of my total investment, but I've also been adding a lot too, like, so maybe I've had some good trades here and there, but every week, every month I'm adding X amount of dollars and putting into the market, so like, this is fine. Not fine, but I mean, like, it's not a number that I'm looking at. The breakdown, the portfolio right now is 65% dividend stocks, about 10% uranium, 12% metals, and about 8% cash. I guess like 9. I can almost double or triple the cash. Again, I got money in like the bank accounts, but I just don't have it into the stock account. I always keep it because like Pokemon cards and stuff, you never know what you want to buy. Just bought some Pokemon stuff actually last night because it's so cheap, it's stupid. Not so cheap, but it just goes up so much. But just getting rid of the product's different. I want to focus though on getting this yield up because a lot of things are getting a lot cheaper. I'll go on over to Yahoo Finance really quick. Here we got Yahoo Finance, like Kimberly Clark's paying like almost 4% yield, pretty crazy. I'm actually kind of curious about Procter & Gamble too. That's still pretty high, or low yield. Still pretty high PE. It's just even like on a, what do you call it? I have the numbers in the Excel sheet, but like the market just loves this stock, so it's hard to buy it at these prices, in my opinion. What's 3M's yield? Actually, I'm curious. Intel's yield, 5%. That's insane. I'm actually kind of curious, but AMD, $66. This thing's getting so cheap. Like, at what point do I buy Nvidia and AMD? Because the semiconductor space is great. Like, it's insane. For this decade, at least. Yeah, even the next decade. So the fact that these things are getting this cheap is just, it's very appetizing, I'll say that. Yeah, wait, this is really weird. Why I didn't really do an analysis on Taiwan Semi. I get we got stuff going on in like that whole area with like China, but like I get the semiconductor space in general is great. I'm actually, what happened to Twitter? Why is Twitter on the hit list? I don't know. Oh, it like popped up. What happened there? Oh yeah, they got Elon and everything going on with it. What are we thinking of right now? Logitech. I mean, they're paying like a 2% yield too, but I mean, again, I'm not buying the company for the yield, but yeah, this company's got a great balance sheet, making some good money. Look at this, like basically no debt, 42 million in debt, and they're sitting on 1.1 billion in cash. So crazy high working capital. Just yeah, buying back a little bit of shares, actually consistently every year. I mean, it's not a big percentage, but it adds up. 50 good. Yeah, just go to Snap-on. Snap-on's paying at 2.75. They're increasing the dividend. They've been increasing it about 10% per year, maybe actually more than that, but let's just assume they do it 4%, right? Or 4%, sorry. Times 104, so let's divide that by, let's say we get it for 200 bucks. Could be like a 3% yield. Yeah, I would not be surprised if that goes up to whatever numbers I just whipped out. Their financials are crazy. I always like looking at the conversations here, but like, it's like a black hole. It's just, I don't know. It's just not like good to look at these things. Anyway, though, I gotta buy more of that. Actually, like companies like NEM, look at that dividend yield they're paying on the gold miners. Now, obviously, just because they pay the dividend doesn't mean it won't be there forever. That's obvious, but like, what's happening here? You gotta see how much money that they're actually making. Can they support it? And I mean, they are making money, but now the gold is like at 1,600, almost below. It's a little risky to own these things, but that's also probably a good time and opportunity to add to these positions. I can't believe this thing is down this much. This thing got like a half barrel gold, 5.5% yield. If the gold, so this is the crazy part. If the gold price remains above 1,600 for, let's say, a couple months, and then we settle down, cool down with this whole market dropping, and then it goes back up to like 1,800. If it goes to 1,900, like these companies right now are so cheap, it's ridiculous. Even last quarter on Barrick Gold, they made like almost 3 billion in revenue. 500 million about in net income, so pretty spicy. I guess cash flow wise, let's go to quarterly though, just curious. Yeah, so I mean quarterly they're making a little bit, or a lot less. CapEx though, CapEx did increase roughly, I guess relative to the previous quarters. I'm just trying to get a quick gauge of something. I mean, like, even 718 or 718 million free cash flow for one quarter for a gold mining company is pretty crazy. So just some quick math, 1761. Is that what I want to do? 1,700. Let's just, yeah, 1,700. Let's say that. What is the company worth right now? 25. 25 divided by 1.7. market cap to free cash flow. The trailing 12-month free cash flow is about 15, which I think is relatively cheap. Again, it depends though on what the gold price is going to be and what they're going to be selling it for. Man, right now is the time, but like I did end up buying. I don't know if anyone really cares or follows me that much, but I did end up buying Newmont, and I did add to the position again. Is it a smart decision? I don't know, but it's just so cheap. I feel like I like have to add to it. So I don't know. I'm so distraught with these things because like the numbers make sense. The numbers look great. But these assets, I'm getting destroyed, and so it's like, why do I want to buy? But that, yeah. Just because you're getting destroyed doesn't mean you shouldn't buy more, but I want to head back on over to the charts really quick. So back in the charts, I kind of want to go down my investing list. I'm kind of curious what has been happening. Baba, wow, Baba cheap. So fascinating. Oh, Caterpillar's back at this. Wow, wow, wow. Clorox, we can still see that fall. Corsair, all-time lows. Wow. Wow, what price? Does this become way too cheap and I just buy it? If it hits $5, I'll definitely be buying it, but man, I gotta go back to all my my valuation models. Disney back at like 100. I am so disappointed in Disney. Especially, they're mainly talking about these Star Wars shows they've been making, like Mandalorian. I mean, I'm not gonna, this is a stock video, but basically the content they've been producing for Star Wars is so disappointing. The amount of money they have to throw at this and make it a good show or make good shows, it's just like, what are you doing? Like, it's so sad. Is that a reason to not buy the company? Maybe one of them, but Disney's disappointing. Not even the stock, just the company itself. EA, another pretty good company actually. Oh wow, emerging market EE. Wow, EEM, look at this, we're at this trend line. Will it actually hold here though? Wow, that is so fascinating. Google even, yeah, already have that on the radar. J&J is barely moved. JP Morgan, yeah, I want to start picking it up at $100. Lockheed Martin not moving. Logitech, Microsoft, this could fall a lot more. Oh, Realty. Oh, no way. Oh, Realty hit my buy price of $60. It's been months. I gotta tell my friend, no way. I can't believe it's been that long. Pepsi can still fall a lot more. Procter Gamble, yeah. Silent Property, wow. That's getting so cheap. 175 for dividend. Oh, wow, that's, yeah. I want to just start buying, like, everything. Oh, Take Two's back down here, let's go. Wow. Yeah, there's so much. There are so many companies that I want to buy now, but again, I look at the SPY chart and I'm like, we still easily have 5% more to go. Easily. And that could depend on the company, ricochet a lot farther down. Again, my P&L is destroyed, but like, I'm young. The money that I'm losing, I'm not losing, it's just, if I would waited longer, which is hard to predict, I could have bought at a more optimal time. However, the assets that I'm buying are in the portfolio for a specific reason, and they're there for a longer period of time, most of them obviously. So I'm okay, as long as I'm buying companies now that I think are a good value and that will be around and be worth more, the market's going to value them more in X amount of years. So yeah, again, it's hard to predict, like, if the market's gonna all of a sudden drop all the way down to like $300. I think it's clear to see we've been in an overextended period of time over a long period of time, or we've been for a long period of time and in very, very expensive time. And honestly, everything up here I shouldn't have been buying anything like at all. is if we do break this line, that's going to be very, very scary from a financial point of view. Can you predict, like I say, can you predict that? But looking at this, I would say the bare minimum this hits is 250 again. So maybe the bare minimum, 30% more to go. But do I want to take that risk? Like, is it more probable the market's gonna bounce? I think I'm kind of just rambling here. I'm kind of just going in and out of my own mind. But just some questions that I gotta ask myself. Wow, Nvidia, what are you doing? I want to go back to AMD. I remember right around here, I remember in Yahoo Finance people or someone was like, buying AMD right now, everyone should buy AMD right now because it's such a good value. It's a steal. You're gonna wish you bought AMD at these prices. Then it shot up, and then boom, here we are. We even bought at that price. You get 40% down. It's just expensive. But now we're getting, like, when does this get cheap enough? And I don't know. Man. I think I'd rather buy an Nvidia though. Maybe $100 in Nvidia. Actually, I can go to my model. Let's do that really quick. Okay, I actually don't have. Actually, no, yeah, I do. I have to. It's been a while since I did this. Oh, I don't have it. I have to refresh the page. I did have an. I'll go back to my Nvidia video and figure this out. But this, I haven't done this since. It's been since like January. Jeez. Great balance sheet though. See, great balance sheet. Wow. I don't have the valuation here though. I'm just thinking for a second. Oh, I do have the AMD valuation, so let's check this out. Actually, I think I have the AMD valuation here. Yeah, okay, we'll do AMD valuation because I have it. I'm estimating 2026. The analysts are predicting 11% growth year over year with 20% margins. I said, okay, well, let's dumb that down a little bit. 18% margins with 9% revenue growth. I'm assuming the same amount of shares they have now. And I think the market's going to value this amount of money in 2026 at a 15 to 25 PE. Now, I'm putting a huge margin of safety on this because these numbers are pretty big. There's a lot of room for error. Assuming that I'm $55 and below, I'm expecting it to be in the future, being realistic. So if I can get it for $40, $45, I think that'd be great. On the low end though, okay, on the low end, so maybe even $50, $55, I would want to pick it up. On the high end, I think $90. Somewhere between $50 and $90, I think high probability AMD might be worth in the future. So based on that criteria, yeah, like $50, maybe I'll start picking it up, but it's at $66 today, so it still has some room to fall. Yeah, anyway though, we're a mind of stuff. I think this needs to be a time that people are buying stuff. You can maybe wait a little bit, but don't wait too long. You might lose some more money here and there, but just buy stuff that you want to own for longer periods of time and just let it ride. Like, again, you're buying an asset to own, not just to trade immediately, you know? It's a different thought process. Anyway, though, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. Let me know what you're buying and what you're doing. Hang tight. This might be happening for a while, but it's a good time because you want things cheap. Because that means in the future, there's a higher probability you'll get a better return.